What is going on, all of you amazing gamers out there in the world? I am Mega Am, so thank you for watching this unboxing video. Whether you are a new or returning viewer, I appreciate you stopping by. And yesterday, as of this recording, was when I went to PAX East 2026. And when I go to PAX, there are a lot of different merch vendors there and different stuff going on. Typically in the past, I like to get amiibo from this one specific vendor that shows up every time, or almost every time for the last few years that I've been going. And yeah, there were a couple amiibo that I had been eyeing for a little bit that I wanted to add to the collection, especially as I was like getting rid of some of my old ones and giving them to friends that I didn't want anymore. And you know, putting new ones in that I did want. And so here are two of those. These are both Japanese imports. They are Ridley and Ivysaur here. Now, honestly, the prices weren't too bad, especially because sometimes some of the more rare ones can be really expensive. These two aren't that bad at all. Ridley was a little more expensive. I think the Ridley one's slightly more rare than the Ivysaur, but I've been wanting to add both to my collection, and so let's just dig into these. You will notice there's a crease along here with the Ridley box. This was not how it came. This is because I had it stuffed in my drawstring bag at PAX, and it just got bent a little bit because I didn't have enough space for everything. But that's okay, because to be honest, I don't keep the artwork, so that is totally fine with me. But here it is. This is the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Ridley amiibo. I think this is the only Ridley amiibo ever released. I don't think there was any for like Samus Returns on 3DS, or definitely not Dread. I'm trying to think of other examples, but let me know if there are any other Ridley amiibo. I don't think there was, although I could be wrong. Anyways, yeah, this is the Super Smash Bros. Rendition of it. Pretty heavily inspired by the Super Metroid design. On the back here, you can see this is when they started doing the generic background for amiibo at one point or another. But I mean, I really do. I mean, the fact that released in Smash Brothers still is crazy. After years of Sakurai being like, nope, he's too big, but here he is. And yeah, I mean, the level of detail on this one's really cool. We're gonna open it up and check it out. To me, after this, I think my Metroid amiibo collection will be like, I'll be satisfied with the ones I have, because I have a couple of different Samus ones. I have the Samus Returns one and the Squishy Metroid amiibo. Go watch that video I uploaded a couple months ago on the channel about my situation with that. And then I have the two back with Samus and the Emmy from Dread. I have Silex from Metroid Prime 4. I have Dark Samus from Smash Brothers. And oh, and Zero Suit Samus from Smash 4. So after this, I would consider this pretty complete. I don't think I need any of the other ones. I consider getting the Viola from Prime 4, but that one's just too big for the case. I didn't really want to include it there, but Ridley to me is like a must-have, right? I mean, arguably one of the main antagonists of Metroid, being the leader of the Space Pirates. But here we go. Ridley in all his glory. Really cool. I mean, just look at the level of detail on this figure, like the scales, the little parts like right here, the wings. Super duper neat. Definitely creepy looking, but look at the tail. I love how the tail kind of curves around like that. And what's cool about, because Ridley, here's the thing with Ridley. Ridley's very bony and not like, there's not a lot of bulk to him, but he's like super lanky and bony. And so the fact that they were able to capture this in amiibo form, like when they first were coming out with amiibo, there's no way they could have done this. Like the amiibo were not as structurally sound. Like if this came out when amiibo first launched, you'd probably have support poles like all along his arms and maybe even the wings here. Just like super cool detail. I love how much detail was put into this amiibo. Starting with the Smash Bros. Ultimate ones, they really got good. So I love this. The base is kind of like, I think it's supposed to be him like landing, like the impact. It almost reminds me of like the ice from like Phendrana Drifts and Metroid Prime, but I don't think that's what it's meant to be. And it has the Smash Brothers base because it's a Smash Brothers amiibo. Really cool stuff though. Really cool stuff. Cool to have Ridley in my collection. I've been eyeing Ridley for a while, and to be honest, I'm fine with the Japanese imports. I don't need the full English versions. I really only collect these for display purposes these days. So I am perfectly happy to have this. I think it shouldn't be region locked either, I don't think, but let me know in the comments below if it is. I think I can just use these directly on my Switch or Switch 2, but could be wrong about that. Either way, really cool figure. Very happy with this. And it's also not huge, so it should fit in my display case, hopefully. We'll find out shortly, but there is the Ridley amiibo. I'm gonna put this off to the side, because now I'm gonna unbox the Ivysaur amiibo. Now I have both the Squirtle and Charizard already, so this was just kind of the trifecta, complete that. I don't have Pokemon Trainer. I think Pokemon Trainer might be rare now because I never see it in stock anywhere. Let me know in the comments below if you know if it's rare or not. I love that they have the Japanese name for Ivysaur here. Herbizar, very nice, very nice. But love me a good Ivysaur. I mean, I love the whole line. What's interesting is this one has the Smash Brothers back. So I imagine this is a slightly older amiibo. I don't know when each one released, but at least in terms of like when this specific one was produced, I think this is a slightly older one than the Ridley one, which is interesting. But you know, used to have the more, yeah, you even have the new 3DS shout out. Like this must have been like early on Japanese amiibo to even have the 3DS mentioned there with the little Bluetooth thing. I never got that. I considered it, but now that I have a new 3DS, there'd be no need for that. So very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. But let's open it up. Yeah, I might want Pokemon Trainer at some point. Honestly, like the Pokemon to me are more interesting, so I wouldn't be sad if, you know, I didn't get that one, but I'm definitely struggling at this point to think of what other amiibo, especially from the Smash Brothers line, that I would want. I'd consider a Cloud one. Those are rare. Bayonetta maybe. I don't know. There's not many more, honestly, that I would really, really want. Even Sora, I'm like, cause I'm not really a big Kingdom Hearts fan, so it's not really up my alley. But either way, here he is, and yeah, Ivysaur has a little support pole mainly because the pose is kind of like uplifting him, but it's honestly, it's not too noticeable, considering it's a little more of a transparent plastic. It's pretty thick though, so you can still see it quite well, but it's not too bad. I just love that they have like the vine whip coming out. Of course, just Ivysaur, cute little dude with a little flower bud growing on top and the leaf petals. Pretty good amount of attention to detail in there. I've always said like the more simplistic designs of amiibo, I think are some of the best looking amiibo, are the ones that have, I mean, especially from early on. Like the first wave of amiibo, I feel like Pikachu and Kirby were like the best looking amiibo, in my opinion, just because they were so simple, you know, cartoonish designs, and I don't know, I think they worked really well, you know, so this is a really cool one still, but they've gotten a lot better with detailed amiibo, as you saw with Ridley, over the years, and yeah, this one's pretty cool. So like I said, I paid like an extra $10 more for the Ridley one compared to the Ivysaur one, but you know, I paid MSRP for this one, which is good. But yeah, that's Ivysaur to complete the Pokemon Trainer trifecta, just missing the Pokemon Trainer himself, but you know, that's something that I'm not, like I said, I feel like I don't need that one necessarily. It'd be cool, but it's not one that I'm dying to have in the collection. But that's Ivysaur. Ridley's back. Obviously a lot more detail on Ridley, but like still like super well made. I'm very impressed with the Ridley one, and the Ivysaur one's just really cute, and I'm happy to have that in the collection. And like I said, I mean, I'm sure I'll find more amiibo to get eventually. You know, knowing me, I will find more at some point. But for now, I feel like I really hope I'm good. Okay, the one exception is when that Chef Kawasaki amiibo for Kirby Air Riders releases. I'm waiting on those pre-orders, Nintendo. That is the only one at this moment that I'm like, I need that. I need Chef Kawasaki. That's like my brand. Anyways, that's going to do it for this quick little amiibo unboxing here. The Ridley amiibo and the Ivysaur amiibo, both from Smash Brothers Ultimate. So thank you so much for watching if you did. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you have either of these amiibo? Are there other Smash Brothers Ultimate or just other amiibo in general that you do have or that you do want? Let me know all of your thoughts on amiibo in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you all on the next video or live stream. And until then, keep on gaming, keep on enjoying amiibo. I will see you later.